right, ladies and gentlemen. This is International Red Fashion Experience, and the show today is Life Forgets You. Well, what we used to say when I was in the fast life was we'd say the game would get you, right? We'd say the game would get you, life would get you, karma. It's a karma effect, however you want to look at it. But it's not the karma thing. What it is, if you're not living right, you know what I mean, certain things will happen to you. You know what I mean? If you don't be respectful, if you don't treat people with a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't respect the rules in the game or the rules of life, there's certain rules of life, you know. And a lot of people, it's an undercover rule when you're when you're living life, but when you're in the game, it's a written rule. You know what I mean? Certain things that you're supposed to do, and certain ways of respecting people to a certain degree. That if you don't do that, you know what I'm saying? It'll happen to you, you know what I mean? You'll be wondering why. It may not happen to you, it happened to somebody else it happened to you, but it could happen to you down the line when you do it to somebody else, not when you do it to me. You understand me? It's the way things go. And you'll be wondering why, you understand me, when you get into an incident, a situation, like I use a couple of illustrations, like, you know, I was, you know, this was a young man, you understand me, and you know, he thought he was, you know, real close to me and a nephew to me. And then he thought, you understand me, that I had his woman, but I didn't have I had his woman, but his woman had left him a long time ago when somebody else was supposed to give him the news about her leaving him. And this woman had been gone and been to different places and things. And she'd even left me. I didn't even have her no more. This was months later. But he sees me thinking we so close. He was hurt, you understand me, about me even having a woman when I had her, or whatever you call it. And I didn't think nothing of it because she wasn't with him. And he was in violation, you understand me, of what he did. Because when he seen me, he came up crazy and he broke the windows out of my car, you understand? You know, and I said, everybody was wondering, they said, oh man, that ain't right, man. We gonna get that dude, we gonna hurt him because he was wrong, you understand? And then there's a couple of people wanted to kill him, you know what I mean, that was in the game. And I said, no, man, leave that dude alone, don't mess with him. I said, don't mess with him, you know what I mean? Don't, you know. I said to myself, the game would get him, you understand? We was in the fast life at the time. So that's like if I would tell you life would get you if you did that to me in a square point of view about some girl. You know, I would say life would get you. I would. In this case, the game would get you. I said the game would get him. I said, don't worry about the game would get him. I knew down the line, I didn't know sooner or later, I knew something was going to happen to him. I didn't know how soon, I didn't know how late, but I had faith in the game and I knew it was going to get him because if he keep acting like that and doing what he did, and not check himself and get right, somebody's going to kill him. He's going to hurt it. Something's going to happen. You know, and let alone behold, it was like 2 months later. He was a burglar, you understand me? He wasn't even a pimp anyway. He was a burglar. And he was in a skyscraper. He was robbing these people's big, pretty house. He was robbing it. And they had a glass ceiling. You did a glass roof, you understand? And behold, he fell. He fell through the roof and died. Fell through the roof and died 2 months later after he did what he did. And other than that, there was some other people that was going to hurt him because some things he did disrespectful to them. Right? They were going to get him. Man, don't you know, you understand me, that when that happened, I said to myself, it didn't surprise me. You know, because I know that the game is like that. You understand me? People that do certain things, it happens to them. I wouldn't go jeopardize my life messing with them. And I was on the run at the time as well. I was on the run from work release, you understand me, from the penitentiary. And I knew this, but I was playing past it anyway. I was going to play past it anyway because I had more sense than that, you know what I mean? And I knew the game was going to get him, you understand, because I had faith in it. And that's what happened to him. But these things happen to people, you understand me? You know, it's just many things that happen to people behind being disrespectful with their attitude, and when they act like that, things happen. Things happen where karma gets them. It's a situation where if you're not right with people, that's why I be right with people. I be right. I go visit people that are sick, that's in the hospital. You understand me? I try to have a good attitude. I be forgiving, you understand me? And treat people right, man, because I know I want to live a long life and I want to live a happy life. I don't want to be stressing and be depressing. And that's what happens to some of these people. What they do is, you understand, they run around, you know, you dig, being hateful, being jealous, and being deceitful, you understand me? And it's no way to be because life will get you. Life will get you. You understand? You go along like this other cat. We was out the game. The game was over with. You understand? But we in these groups. You understand? And we trying to be uprighteous. And he's not running the group right, but he would not accept the fact that the group, you understand me, didn't do him no wrong. We just wanted him to not be president, but be vice president. He could not collaborate with the group and understand that fact and bow down for a minute, because we probably would have put him back president anyway later on. We had figured it out that we was going to put him to be president later on anyway, because he was, was a good dude. And he got us in the group, but he didn't have patience. He didn't have no understanding. He thought we was out to get him. And everything he did, he would, have that hatred, and that was the inferiority complex is what I call it. You understand? And then he wants to, you understand. I was there with him, man. This was a good friend of mine. When he was in the hospital, he had a 4-hour operation. I was there in the hospital for 4 hours waiting for him to do the whole thing. Me and another cat, you understand? This cat named, I can name him Candyman, because he's still living and doing good. And he was sick and he was dying. And me and this cat went to see him and visited him and everything at the hospital, right? At the same particular time, you dig? I mean, not the same particular time, but another time, right? When he was sick, and this cat's still going on strong. But what happened with him, he had hatred for me and everything, and then for no reason, he gets in the group, and he takes the group's money. But I wasn't upset or tripping off of that, because he gave the group money at a time, he helped us get money. So it was like, it wasn't no big thing, you know what I mean? And it was all a portion of all of our money together. So when he took the little old money, it was just the idea that, that's you ain't playing fair, you ain't right to get, life don't get you, you know what I mean? Because you ain't doing right. And then the attitude you had and the way you felt toward people, the way you was acting, it just wasn't right. And you know what happened to him? His cancer returned, and within 2 weeks he died. Within 2 weeks, and I went to his funeral and everything anyway. You understand? Because I don't hold no grudge. I show love, you understand what I'm saying? Because the only thing you can do is show love, and love will take you far. And love will be a big part of your life. And if you treat people right, it be on a good side of life, man, you'll be rewarded, you dig? Because that's what people don't understand. You run around, you know what I mean, being deceitful and beating and cheating people, man. Life will get you. You know what I mean? You don't be realizing it, but life will get you, man. Life ain't gonna let you get away with it. You can't get away with things like that, man, because it just don't work out. You know what I mean? It's the karma effect, you know what I mean? It's the way life is. It's a balance, and you wonder why this one person goes far and lives long and lives strong. Man, there's more to it than you think, you understand me? It's like there's another cat, you understand me? He was messed up, and he was always down, and people had a bad attitude and all that. He lived a long life, but he died, you understand me, on that fentanyl, but he was 83, but he could have lived to be 103 because his family record, and the people in his family were all living long lives, you understand me? His grandmother was still living over 100, his mother was living over 100, and it was like, his genes, he could have kept going on. He was strong all the way. Nothing was wrong with him, but his attitude and the way he dealt with life, never happy, never satisfied, and complaining all the time. See, people like that, they're going to get what they got coming because they're not appreciating life for what it is. And the life they lived wasn't really a good life to them because they didn't appreciate what they did have. And you got to learn to appreciate what you got and be cherishing it, you understand me? And be a good person and show people love, you understand me? Don't show hate, because all it's going to do is take you out the gate, you understand what I'm saying? You thinking, you know what I mean? You ain't going to be straight when you're doing that. You can't live like that, you understand me? Treating people wrong, you did, because it'll carry you on. And then there's another cat, this happened back down the way, and I've always had a cheerful attitude and I always played fair. I never cheated, never beat it, because I knew that would not be right. So I straightened up real fast when at the time that I did do that little stuff. I straightened up because I knew it wasn't right. It was only a couple of times I did something that wasn't right. You know what I mean? But the point of it is one cat. I know him. He does this cat wrong in Oregon. The cat was good to him. You know what I mean? Takes his stuff and do him wrong, and this cat looked out for him. We was all partners real tight. And then I see him in Long Beach, so I got jury, so I trust him, and you understand me, because, hey, I'm thinking he cool and he going to play fair with me, which I should have knew better. But I was drinking and not thinking, you know what I mean, and let him take the jury, and he runs off with it. Bam! I see this cat about 6 months later in Seattle on the floor, tore up. You understand? The game got him. That's just like another cat I know that took my car and my coat. And he ended up, you understand me, being all tore up and messed up, you know what I mean, from the floor up. Hey, man, I'm telling you something. See, I'm 72 and I'm still cool. You understand? These cats was younger than me, and they was taken out and taken down, and nowhere to be around. You know what I mean? At a young age, because they didn't live life right. They didn't live fair. You know, you got to be good to people. You got to believe in God first of all, and you got to believe the fact that if you beat people, dog people, and do what's wrong, it ain't gonna be right. You ain't gonna have no happy ending. Your ending is not gonna be right. You're gonna be tore from the floor up. You're gonna get messed up some kind of way. Things ain't gonna be right for you. You know, and that happened in many a way for many of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm telling you, man. You know, I mean, if you don't be respectful and treat people right, and have that attitude, and be thinking, they may not do nothing to you, but talk about you. You understand? And then what happens is life will get you. You understand? Even though you might be out the game, life will get you. So you run around there being all this and thinking you all that, and then something take you out, you understand? Because you know what I mean? You weren't right. And they say, hey, it's time to take you out the way. You know what I mean? It's another cat, you understand what I'm saying, that wasn't right with me. And he was older. I mean, I'm older than him, and he was very disrespectful of me. And, you know what I mean? I don't want to get into that story, but he was very disrespectful. And bam, he had a motorcycle accident and died for no reason. And he was like 63, 62 or something like that. He wasn't even old at all. You know what I mean? He had his whole life ahead of him. His father and everybody was still living and doing it and living a good life and everything. And he ended up being taken out. You know? You know what I mean? Life got him, you understand? Because of the way he treated people and his attitude, man. You can't do that. If they don't get you, life will get you. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, you can't go around like that. You got to believe in some of your fault for anything. And the thing about it is, when these people that I know that be eliminated from the world, you understand me? At an early age for no reason, you be wondering. It's reasons. It be reasons. You be thinking, why they weren't sick, they weren't this, they weren't that. Or they were sick and it took them out so fast because they thought they beat it. But no, they didn't treat the world right. They didn't treat people right. You understand? You got to have a good attitude. That all goes along with you being sick and things coming down on you. You know what I mean? Because you're not being right. You're not being treating the world right. You're not treating people right. You're not doing the right thing. You know, and you have to do that, man. You gotta be good to people just for no reason, just to be good because it's the right thing to do. You gotta do the right thing, you understand? Because if you don't, you'll have a terrible ending in life. Your life will not be, you'll be taken out for no reason. You wanna live a long, happy, prosperous life, treat people right, and be happy, and be positive, and be optimistic, and believe in God, and be cheerful, and have PMA in your life, positive mental attitude. If you do that, you'll live long and you'll live strong. And that's what people don't understand. And I try to tell people, you be hating and be jealous. Because here's a guy, look, appreciate that guy that looks good and feels good. You understand what I'm saying? And doing his thing. Appreciate him and respect him because what he's doing and the way he's living, you know, is to be commended. I commend people and I give them their respect and I give them their flowers now. I don't hold back when they look good and feeling good and be on the right track. And don't be complaining to be happy. Man, don't you know, I see people, I see them, and I got something good to say. I have nothing bad to say. They don't know themselves. They might be gone like that. People I don't see, I haven't seen in a long time. I wouldn't be surprised they had bad attitudes and was this way and that way. And don't have nothing good to say when you look good. It's okay, because I know that I'm going to keep on being happy and I'm going to keep on doing the right thing. And when I see them, I'm going to have something good to say. I'm not going to say nothing bad to them. They can keep on living the life the way they want to in misery and complaining, but I'm not going to be the one. I did a show last week about complaining. You understand me? To let people know that ain't right. But the game will get you, understand what I'm saying, when you do certain things to people and you be disrespectful and you be continuously taking people for advantage, taking advantage of people when people do things for you. You don't pay them back or you don't do things, you know, the right way. You know what I mean? Life will get you, man. It'll get you down the way. You keep doing it so long and so much. You understand what I'm saying? It'll come down on you, man. You can't be like that and live a long life. Because life will get you. Life will take you out. And people be wondering why it happens, you understand me? I know why it happens, because life ain't going to just keep you around because you don't need to, because you ain't making no contribution to life in the right way. You know? And that's the thing, you understand what I'm saying? You got to appreciate life and be thankful for what you got and be gratified and be grateful and thankful. All that goes together, you understand me, with the fact that, hey, those people that are not right in life, that's miserable, God just take them out their misery, you understand what I'm saying? Because they're not happy, no, they complain about everything. They're not worthy, they want to talk about you, they want to put you down, they want to, they live in a miserable life, they're not really being happy, you understand, with their life. And they don't want nobody. They tell you they don't want nobody. They don't want a woman. They don't want this. They don't want. That's how they come along. No, they can't get a woman. Is what it is. But they justify that by not because they don't want to be right. They don't want to share nothing. They don't want to be. They don't want to share their life. You know what I'm saying? In other words, they don't want to be right. They want to be selfish. And if they get a good woman or get somebody that's right for them, they take advantage of them people and the people that leave. Because you got to be right, man. It's a simple fact that if you're a good person and share your life and treat people right and give and all that, you be happy, and the people that you be with be happy. But see, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know about happiness. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't share the ingredients to be happy. You understand? They're selfish and all that, and that what they call a dry drunk. People that were alcoholics and they clean up and they get so clean and sober, but they still are living a dry drunk life because they still keep the stinking thinking. You know what I mean? They still keep those habits of thinking bad and acting selfish and bad. But when they get a woman or they have not get a woman because they don't ever get a woman, but when they want to have sex with a woman, they get a prostitute and they give them their money. Or they get a woman that they can buy for an hour, for 20, 30 minutes. And then when they get that woman to spend money on them, that's how they do it. They spend their money like that. They don't never try to have a relationship with a woman. Try to be with a woman that's a qualified woman. You know what I'm saying? A valued woman. They don't want to have a valued woman. They don't know how to have a valued woman. And these are men that could be valued men. But they have the finances, but they don't have the understanding. They have the finances, but not the understanding. You know what I'm talking about? They don't want to understand the rules and the way things work in life. They want all what they want for them. You know what I mean? Without, it's like I say, they go to prostitutes and people like that because they want sex without the connection as far as having a relationship, because a relationship is responsibility, and they don't want the responsibility, you understand me, of a relationship. See, that's what it actually be. And a lot of people, they may not admit that to themselves, but that's what it be. They don't want to deal with the responsibility of the relationship, and that's what you got to be ready for. You understand me? And that's why you got to be responsible, and to be responsible, you have to be grown up, and some people don't grow up. You know what I'm saying? To share their life, you understand me, with someone, And you have to grow up and be responsible to get to a certain age to where you have to learn how to be a person, of value and of responsibility. You have to learn how to be responsible, you know what I'm saying, and live your life with a person, you dig, that you can share and be happy with, instead of running around with this woman, that woman, you know what I mean, and all like that. That's not where it's at. And I've seen, like I said, I had friends that was like that, and I never did it. I let them do it, but I didn't do it because I know that you ain't gonna get a woman. That's a bad habit. See, the way you act and the way you live your life is habit forming, and you get conditioned, and you get in a comfort zone, and that's the way you end up doing. When you get older, you end up being in a comfort zone, and you don't want to get out of it. So any way out of it is not good. You talk about it, you don't want to be involved. No, I don't want, they ain't no good, they this, they that. You understand me? They all want money. That's how they look at it, right? They look at it like that, so then a woman, they're not open to share their life with a woman that might not be like that. Because they look at the ones that are gold diggers or that, like this and like that. Yeah, there's women like that. You know what I mean? I know when I was young, and I had all my material things, and I had all my cars. It was hard for me to get a good woman at that time because I didn't trust the women because the ones that got around me, all they wanted me to use is for your money because you had money, and they seen you had money because you had cars and clothes and jewelry. So the women want to get with you for that, So then the only ones that would get with you would choose you maybe be women of the night. But the rest of them women, the squares and them, they was all gold digging and looking for you to do something for them. You know what I'm talking about? You know, they wouldn't want to share their life with you like that. It'd be the ones that didn't have nothing. Wasn't going to give you nothing. You know. But the point of it is, that was then. But when I got older, I realized, hey, I'm not going to worry about the right one going to come because all I need is one. I'm not tripping. I'm not going to be worried about it. So then when I didn't have anything, the women came. You understand? Because I had me, and I was a good-looking dude, and I still was me, and I still took care of me. And that's the women, that real women, they'd stand up and want to be with you because it's not the tools that they want you. And that's why you don't let that get you down. That's why when these cats come to me and they be in their 30s and 40 years old and they talk about these women ain't this, these women ain't that. No, all you got to do is be yourself, and the right woman to come along. You don't need the one right woman. You can't put all of them in a category and say none of them are no good, because you're putting that energy out there that's keeping a good woman from getting with you, because you already stigmatized these women as being no good and being in a certain area. And you can't have that on your mind. You gotta be open to be with a woman that's right, and just be friends with them, and then till you find out that they're willing to share their life with you, and then you know what it's all about. Till then, don't put them in the category. Don't categorize these women and things like that, because it won't be right. Because I know how when I didn't have nothing, I got good women. I've got good women all through the flick when I was in my 30s and my 40s. You understand me? And then, you know, all through the flick. It's just when I wasn't ready, when I was in my disease, I wasn't ready for nothing. But then when I did get the woman, even in my disease, you understand me? At that time, that was cool because she was there for me. She was in the neighborhood, but she was there and kept me afloat. You understand? You know, and then, so I had my share of women that was good to me despite of the situations. You understand? It's just me being ready to be true to them. You understand me? And at that time, I wasn't ready because I was young and still fly, still, you know what I mean, ready to do my thing, right? I wasn't ready to be, you know, with just one woman at that time, because I was, you know, I was living my best life, you know what I'm saying? So then when I got later on, as I got older, like I said, when I got past 50, I knew it was time to get me one good woman and just be that way. That's when I knew it was time. That's when I knew it was time then. You know, and I was on the pursuit of a good one for 20-something years, you understand me? You know what I mean? And then I finally got one, but the point I'm trying to make is that you got to be right, live a good life, be on the right path. Don't misuse women, don't abuse them, don't do nothing disrespectful. Live a good life for the good reasons. You know what I mean? It's the way life is. You understand? When people say, well, you know what I mean, you can be a Christian, you can go to church, you live by the golden rules. You know what I mean? Regardless, because life is to be lived right, because it's rules to life. And if you don't, life will get you. And that's what people don't understand. Life will get you whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? You can live a certain way and don't realize that life will get you. You know what I mean? And it'll get you in so many different ways. It'll take you down. Like when I was I had that 10 years clean. I'm gonna tell you how life got me. I had that 10 years clean, right? I'm living and playing and doing my thing, right? You know what I mean? On the pursuit of a prostitute and all that, right? And then I'm at my height in the game, right? And then before I know it, I got took out. I got to drinking. You understand me? And after I was head up high, flying high, thinking I'm everything, thinking I got the world, you understand what I'm saying, by its horns. And before I know it, I took a drink and some cocaine. Before I knew it, you understand me? The 5 cars, I had 5 cars. I had the house. I had jewelry. You dig? I had a little money. Don't you know, within 6 months, all that was gone. I didn't have nothing. I'm doing bad. But I was fortunate enough to come up with a good woman, but I still lost all the stuff I had before I got the woman. I was on my last leg. But I didn't give up because I'm not that type of person. But I was drinking and running around and running with my friend around this area, right? You know what I mean? And by me being a good-looking dude and having a little game, I come up with a broad, but I fell all the way down and lost everything, you know. But I was just one of them persons that wasn't gonna give up, and this broad you know, I had got her, and then I still was drinking and doing, you know, not really straightened up, but I was, you know, scraping the ground, right. And then when I fell all the way down again, when I went to join and come out, and then cleaned my act up. But then I drank again, and then I was in front of a liquor store, dirty and tore up. That was the last time I drank. I haven't drank since then. This was 7 years ago. When I fell in and went to my cousin and got back on my feet, that's when I said no. I didn't look back. I said no. I'm not messing around with the wrong woman. I'm gonna get the right woman. I'm gonna be by myself. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna put God first, and then I'm just gonna be straight and be doing the right things, live the right way. You understand me? And easy does it. I'm not gonna be trying to get the world. I'm not gonna try to keep up with the Joneses. I'm gonna try to live my life to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? Live my life and do what's right and live right. You understand me? Because you can be taken out and life will get you. Life will get you, you understand? And people don't understand how life will get you, but it will get you. It could take you out or it'll break you down, and you'll be on the ground. You'll be tore all the way up, but it'll get you. And if you're not right and you're not thinking right, you won't straighten up and fly right. You'll be next time you might be taken out. You dig? So I learned my lesson, and that's why I'm straight now. And I live by the good book, and I live right, and I treat people with respect. And I treat myself, first of all, treat myself with respect and love myself. And then, you know what I mean? And then from there, you know what I mean? I'm going to love everybody else and do what's right and live this good life, you understand me, that God has blessed me with, you understand me? A good, blessed life, you understand me? And be good. And if you be a good person and you treat life right and you be good in living life, then you can't miss. And that's why I said, that life will get you. It got me, it'll get anybody that ain't living or ain't doing right. You know what I'm saying? And when it got me, I thought I couldn't do no wrong. I thought I had it all. But I wasn't living right. I wasn't doing the right things. You understand me? And that's why I got straightened up. It was a wake. I call it a wake-up call. Because when I fell to the ground, I got back up and I ain't looked back. When I got back up and didn't look back, that was the only choice I had. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. You did. I wouldn't have been here. I would not have been here. But there's different ways like life gets you. You understand me? Sometimes it gets you and it takes you out. Sometimes it gets you and you straighten up and fly right. But it'll get you. You know what I mean? Whether it gives you a warning, a time or two, and then you wake up and you fly right. And that's what happened to me. I got a wake-up call, and I used it to my advantage. And use it to the best of my ability because I knew, you understand me, that I had to do good or I would not be here. You dig? And a lot of people don't realize that. They take life for granted. You dig? And they misuse people and abuse people, and they don't understand that when you live that way and misuse people and abuse them, that life will get you. You know what I mean? Life will get you. It's going to get you one way or the other, you understand me? So you have to, these people that you see running around acting a certain way, hey, that's why I humble up, man. I humble up. I might look a certain way, but I act good. I act real good. I don't be disrespectful. I don't be, you know what I mean? I be humble. I help people out. I give people $1 here, $1 there, and and I don't misuse the people be on the ground drunk. I don't talk about them. I don't worry about where their money gonna go or what they gonna do with it. And act a certain way because you gonna have a hell of a situation like my partner that's doing all that stealing and acting the way he acted. Used to be my buddy. He ain't my buddy no more. He never will be because even though we were together when we was young teenagers and all that, he don't act right. He steals. He don't have regards for people. He be disrespectful. He messed people over. He did a girl like that. He don't realize that life forget him for what he did when he did her like that, and then she ended up dying. But he did it. He wasn't being rightful to her. He don't understand. Things happen to you. You think life is beautiful and blessing, but then when you don't do what's right and you don't learn no lessons, it'll come, and you won't know why, but it'll come. And it'll get you, and it'll get you in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but it happens to everybody. Nobody gets away from it. Nobody gets away from it, you know what I mean? That's why you have to humble up and treat people right. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my time is up. All right, thank you. Time is up and this show has got to go.